Good morning. Today we're going to be doing lesson 141, pages 281 and 282. To review, let's remember that when we are trying to round numbers to the nearest 10, first we want to see which two tens the number is between, and then we need to determine if the number is closer to the lower 10 or the higher 10. Then we will round to that, whichever one it is closer to. Number 1, write the two tens each number is between. Circle the number it rounds to. So the number 33, which two tens is 33 between? It is between 30 and 40. Is 33 closer to 30 or closer to 40? If you said it is closer to 30, you are correct. So we're going to circle the 30. 75 is between which two tens? It's between 70 and 80. Now let's see if you can remember the trick I told you about there being a 5 in the ones place when rounding. 5 comes halfway between 0 and 10. 75 comes halfway between 70 and 80. When we get to the halfway point and there's a 5 in the ones place, we always round up. So we're going to round 75 up to 80. 59 is between 50 and what other 10? 50 is the lower 10. What 10 comes after 50? Yeah, it's 60. Now is 59 closer to 50 or 60? What will we round 59 to if we are rounding to the nearest 10? Yeah, the 60, because 59 is only one away from 60. It's definitely closer to the 60. All right, let's do number 2. We are doing addition and subtraction here. Make sure that you check the sign before you go ahead and solve the problems. You always need to check the operation and keep that in mind the entire time you're doing the problem so that halfway through you don't switch over to a different operation, which can happen sometimes. All right, let's start with the ones column. 6 plus 6. What is 6 plus 6? Well, it's 12. So we carry the 1 and we bring the 2 down under the 6. Now we're going to add the tens column. Well, I see a 10 right away. We have 1 and 9, and that is easy to add a 10 to any number. So I just always start with that and then add the other extra ones, which is, actually there are 10, but there are 3 tens. So 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 3 is 13. Carry the 1 and write down the 3. And now we have 1 plus 7, which is 8, and 8 plus 6. What is 8 plus 6? 14. The 1 above the thousands column and the 4 in the hundreds column. Draw your comma. Now adding the thousands, 1 plus 5 is 6. And what is 6 plus 3? Yeah, it's 9. Good job. All right, we're moving on to the next problem, which is a subtraction problem. So we are going to be taking 793 away from 2,506. Let's start with the ones column. What is 6 minus 3? 3. What is 0 minus 9? Well, hopefully you notice that 0 means nothing, and we cannot take 9 things away from it. So we have to go over to the hundreds place where there's a 5 and take 1 away from that, leaving us with 4, and then making this 0 a 10. 10 minus 9 equals 1. All right, moving to the hundreds. 4 minus 7, can we do that? Can we take 7 things away if we only have 4? No, we can't. So we're going to borrow 1 from the 2. There's going to be 1 left. And then we're going to put a 1 in front of the 4 to make that 14. And what is 14 minus 7? It is 7. 7 is the doubles fact for 14. Let's draw our comma, and 1 minus nothing equals 1. Okay, what is 18 minus 7? Go ahead and figure that out and write down the answer. 18 minus 7 is 11. 12 plus 4. Well, 12 and 4 more is 16. What is 6 plus 7? 6 plus 7 is 13. And finally, 14 minus 9. 14 minus 9 is 5. Okay, now we have to color to show the fractions. Write greater than, less than, or equals. So the first shape that we have to color is a circle divided into 2 parts. So we're supposed to color half of the circle. Now remember what we talked about at school. The 1 is how many parts we're going to shade, and the 2 tells how many total parts there are. There are 2 parts. 1, 2. We want one of those 2. 1 out of 2, or 1/2. So we're going to shade in 1/2 of the circle. And then the next shape is 1/3. They want us to color 1 out of the 3. There are 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. We need to color one of them. Okay, now look at the part that you colored. Is 1/2 bigger, or is 1/3 bigger? If you were having a pizza, would you be having more if you were having 1/2 of the pizza, or 1/3 of the pizza? The answer is 1/2 of the pizza. 1/2 is greater than 1/3. All right, on the next 2 circles, the first one wants us to shade in 2/4, or 2 out of 4 equal parts. We have a total of 4, and we're going to shade in 2. And this is the same exact thing as 1/2. 1/2, as you see over here. These 2 are the same amount of pizza, or pie, or whatever you like to eat that's in the shape of a round circle. Okay, now we have to fill in 2/3. There are 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. We need to color in 2 out of the 3 total pieces. Okay, now which one is bigger? Do we have more if we have 1/2 or 2/4 of a pie? Or do we have more if we have 2/3 of a pie? Well, you can see that the 2/3 area shaded in takes up more of the circle than half. So 1/2 is less than 2/3. Number 4, Grandma and Grandpa are going camping with their grandchildren. Each of the 6 children is bringing a winter jacket and a light jacket. How many jackets are the children bringing all together? Well, let's see. There are 6 children. They are each bringing how many jackets? Well, they're each bringing 1 winter jacket and 1 light jacket. So that means each child is bringing 2 jackets. This will be a multiplication problem. 6 children times 2 jackets each equals how many total jackets? Well, what's 6 times 2? Another way to say it is 6 plus 6 because that's 2 groups of 6. And the answer is 12. We could also say 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 12. That's 6 groups of 2. All right, now we're going to write the quotient. The quotient is the answer in a division problem. We have a total of 6 candy bars in the box. 2 people are sharing them. How many does each person get? 6 divided into 2 equal groups is 3. Here we have 30 ice cream cones. We're going to divide them into groups of 5. 30 divided by 5 equals what? You can think of it this way. 5 times what number equals 30? The answer is 6. Okay, there is a box of 20 cookies. We need to divide them into 10 equal groups. What's 20 divided by 10? The answer is 2. 2 times 10 equals 20. 10 divided by 2. Now we have 10 things, and we're dividing them into 2 equal groups. If you have 10 fingers and you want to divide them in half or divide it by 2 equal groups, you will have how many fingers? 5. Just picture your hands. Okay, now 25. 25 flags divided into 5 equal groups. 25 divided by 5 equals 5. And 50 items divided into 10 equal groups. Well, 10 times what number equals 50? 5. Okay. So let's go back and notice something. This number times your quotient, or the answer, equals the number in the box. 2 times 3 equals 6. 5 times 6 equals 30. 2 times 10 equals 20. 2 times 5 equals 10. 5 times 5 is 25. And 10 times 5 is 50. Okay, I'm going to stop this video and then start a new one to do the other side of the sheet, page 282.